All right. Well, let's see what the hell happens. Let's see if you guys end up with LeBron. If I make sure you get LeBron, because I don't know. I don't know what to do at this point. I really don't. We know all the changes, all the league meeting stuff. We go to the lottery. I kind of hope you just get the #1 overall pick so we can call it good. The problem is you only have the 6th best odds. And neither of your other 2 picks ended up in the lottery. So let's see. I might make sure that you get LeBron no matter what, just to play it safe and to call it fair and even. Because that's just, as you can tell, the one thing that's really bugging me. I mean, granted, you guys are going to have a hell of a jump over me. But I don't know. I'll leave it up to you guys. I'll leave it up to you guys. But I did absolutely get screwed in this sim. But we could leave this as the actual run. Who knows? Again, you guys, you might get it done right here. I'm actually not seeing too many of you argue to give you LeBron back. So let's see what happens. I hope for karma's sake you get it done. Us having LeBron would have ended it super early. Potentially. What's insane is the first time we went to this lottery, nobody moved up until like the top 5. So, Warrior by We Want LeBron. Well, you and Portugal. That's about it. The game wasn't glitched. I wonder if they offer us LeBron. We'll see. Pistons with 2 picks in a row. The Bucks, who made the finals the first time, they'll keep the pick. All right, come on. Oh, dude, the Pistons logo's great. Come on. Move up. The Miami Heat get the #1 overall pick. You guys will also have the 19th and the 27th. And the Miami Heat. So to the draft we go. I'm going to leave this up to you guys. I am. What do? Leave it. LaDenver. That is the option. If you guys want LeBron back, I am willing to do it. We'll discuss what the price is. Or you could elect to leave it. It's your choice. It's your choice. Leave it, or do you get LeBron back? Because of a weird glitch we had to restart, but that's such a massive pickup that I don't want to say, like, nope, you just don't get it. Like, I'm going to leave you the option to make that decision for yourselves. It is a pretty damn close vote, too. I voted leave like Brexit. It's a super close vote. Gee. We might have lost the Raptors, but if it ends up in a tie, it does go to... It's not like you're benefiting because you get screwed too. That's true. I'm way more worse off than I was last time. Way worse off than I was last time. But it's looking like LaDenver might happen. It's close. Only 4 votes separating for this gigantic decision. I mean, it is Miami on the board. I wonder if I use the trade finder. What they'd suggest. Can I use the trade finder for picks? I can. No offers were found. No offers were found. We're found. Leave LeBron in the East to haunt me. That's another factor. You leave LeBron in the East, I'm boned. I am boned. So let's see. It looks like LaDenver is going to happen. LaDenver is going to happen. So, I am going to try to make this as even of a pick as it would have been the first time, right? Also, I probably shouldn't do it for the Cavaliers. as much as I wish I could. Yeah, we got to change it back over for the Nuggets. So, if we were to make this as even as the last one was. Last time, if I am not mistaken, did you give up Camby? No, that's right. You got somebody back in the deal, didn't you? All three of our first for their first. It could be moving on from Juwan Howard. You got Ratliff back. Yeah, we got 2 players for 2 picks. That's right, it was 2 picks. So the 6th overall pick. That's right, so you got LeBron and somebody else is what it was. I don't know if we need to do the get somebody else option. You know? Honestly, because there's really no one else that fits the bill of that type of player. Plus, I'm sure you probably wouldn't even want Brian Grant. We don't need somebody else. It's true. I'm just thinking of the cap implication. We have forced trade on, so Miami has to take it. No matter what we do here. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. So if we go back to that draft, I can look at the exact deal. So it was LeBron and Theo Ratliff, who was 30 at the time, for the 03. Okay. So the 03 first. Apparently have Marcus Camby on exception still. So this pick here, which is 4 picks ahead of what it would have been. Your first rounder next year. It was unprotected. For the pick that becomes LeBron, we'll get you Alonzo Mourning instead. Or not, because his deal is up. Yeah, so there's pretty much nothing I could do for the player that's included. Although, Ratliff, 3 years, $10 million salary. Gonna get Brian Grant back in the deal. Because there was salary implications in the deal that made the value work out. So that is pretty much the trade as it took place last time, with the exception of your pick being 4 picks worse. In terms of an equalizer, well, you don't have a second-round pick. You don't have a second-round pick until 2006 at this stage. Number 19 would make sense. I think one of the firsts. I think one of the first makes it fair to offset the value of pick 2 compared to pick 6. Because this is a 3-star, the original was a 4-star pick. So I will say, in honor of what originally fucked this up in the first place, we're going to a wheel. In honor of what originally screwed this up in the first place, we are going to a wheel to decide just what the hell is going to happen and what pick you're giving up. Why not? And you're giving up the 27th. Done deal. There you go. So that is the trade. The 6th overall pick, your first next year, and the latter of the extra firsts, but you are going to get LeBron back as originally happened. We will force that trade. Done deal. You guys are picking first overall. You do get 4 trade offers. Let's look at them. The 4th pick in Jason Williams. Ben Wallace, Jesus. Yao Ming and Coutinho Mobley. Rashard Lewis in the 5th pick. Again, there are some damn good picks there, but it's about LeBron, and you're getting LeBron. We make it even, we make it fair. LeBron James goes to Denver, as he should have last time, with the exception of, like, I got fucked in the deal. But I do secure you guys LeBron James. Fair is fair. Cleveland on the clock at 14th. It looks like I'm going to get an offer or two. Are they all from Denver? Okay, so let me see what I got here. I actually got a trade offer or two. So again, I'm worried that the picks, not the picks, but the player options are still going to be glitched. Let's hope that's not the case, please. So a first rounder next year, excuse me, 2 years from now, and Todd McCullough, who I'd try to flip. Frank Snow, who must have just been drafted. B potential. Celtics first rounder next year, but it's lottery protected, and Tony Delk. Jason Williams. Again, I need a point guard. Heinrich or Ridnour might still be there, but Jason Williams might put me right back into contention. Theo Ratliff in an 07 first. Top 3 protected pick in Mike James. Brevin Knight. Scott Pollard. Lakers first. Sean Bradley in an 06 first. Al Harrington. Honestly, I think we're making that first trade there. Considering I made the damn playoffs. Michael Bradley. Tino Mobley. I think I'm making that trade. As crazy as that is. I mean, I would take a point guard right now, and Jason Williams is a better point guard that I can get. I'm going to take this deal with Memphis, 14th pick. Trading a first rounder for a point guard. What could go wrong? Okay, Heffrey, stop. You're not wrong, but stop. Shit, you have a point. The problem is you just got LeBron. I have a core that might be able to sneak a title win before you guys can get there. I have to do it. I'm going to take this deal. Second round pick in 2005, but Jason Williams coming over from the Memphis Grizzlies. I'm going to take that deal. Because again, I don't have a point guard, but Ricky Davis, Darius Miles, Boozer if I can keep him, and Ilgauskas, I might be able to win this fast. And I'm going to go for it. I'm going to go for it because if I lose Boozer, I can bring in a power forward. So that's a done deal. That is a done deal. You guys are on the clock. Again, you are going to get a trade offer or several. So I don't know who's left. That trade is obviously garbage. 19th pick for Frank Snow. Again, this was a big man. Only C+ potential, though. You could be a Pfizer fella. A- potential at 20. Ooh, chat. 79 rated, A- potential at 24 years old for the 19th pick. And you get a second rounder. That has to be explored. Top 3 protected pick from the Celtics next year, and Tony Delk. I'd say the Pfizer is better as opposed to the Johnson & Johnson. Chad Graham and Ostertag. Graham's 20, B potential, 73 rated. Ratliff and Darvin Ham. Unprotected first. Ooh, chat. Miami's unprotected first round pick next year. And they just won the lottery. I think you have to take that. Like, you already got LeBron. Do you really need another first rounder? I mean, again, the Pfizer trade's not bad, but that first rounder could be first overall. The Hornets are offering their next 2 first round picks. Both unprotected. Jazz top 3 protected. Hornets are good, though. The Heat are not. That's true. You don't know how good they'll be. Is there another trade that can rival that? Minnesota's 04 and Gary Trent. You get Chris Anderson back. All right. So it pretty much comes down to the Pfizer deal or the Heat deal. I would take the Heat deal. I think you guys are laughing to the bank there. Give up a 19th for what should be a top 5 pick next year. Easy. All right. And again, Miami's roster right now, Eddie Jones, Caron Butler, Alonzo Mourning, and whoever they've added in the draft. It's not going to be this amazing roster. They do have your first rounder next year too, so why not take their first rounder, you know? That's a done deal based off a chat. So basically you ended up pick swapping. They took Jarvis Hayes. You're laughing all the way to the bank. Next pick will be mine in the second round. Oh my god. Al Singleton. Can't imagine I'm going to get an offer that I am going to like that much. I can't imagine. And, yep. Alright, I'll just make this pick and hope for the best. Is Perk still there? Fuck, I don't even get Kendrick Perkins this time? Shit! I went from being in a good spot to being in a pretty damn bad spot. I could still take Mo Williams. Freaking take Keith Bogans, I guess. Brian Cook. Ugh. So I got Williams and Parker. I don't really have a good backup guard if Jim Jackson leaves. I'm going to go for Keith Bogans. Welcome to Cleveland. And that is it for a shocking draft. But we are back on track. So long as there's not any, like, weirdness with the player options still. And if there is, that's going to be very, very disappointing. I wouldn't have been able to take Kirk Heinrich. I would have had to settle for Kyle Korver, Leandro Barbosa. If I took a point guard, I mean, it would have been Ridnour pretty damn early, too. Rookie signings. I'm going to sign Bogans, obviously. C- potential, and you guys are obviously going to sign LeBron. Please don't be randomly borked. Is it just glitched? Well, I guess we could have stayed where we were. Because apparently, that's just supposed to happen. So this free agency could be pretty rough. I imagine just the Season 1 free agency or the Season 1 options are just meant to do that, according to this era. All right, well, we're going ahead with it then. We're going ahead with it. I mean, let's be honest, ruling out the Raptors just means I have less to do. No qualifying offers, so let's see how fucked free agency is. And yeah, it's pretty drastic. It is pretty drastic. Freaking dog started barking. I might have to go check on her. So, in terms of lost players, I do agree we're allowed to re-sign them if we lose them. I mean, Jackson played for who last year? Not one of us, but... played for San Antonio. Huh. Well, as far as I can tell, you guys did have James Posey. So I will let you guys bring back Posey and not have it count as your deal. Honestly, we don't know if he'll sign it. But whoops, do that. I'll hold off on Posey for the second. Was anybody else there? Obviously, Brand was on the Clippers. You had Juwan Howard, but he was probably walking anyway. I'll be bringing back Boozer. I also lost Tyrone Hill, but that's fine. Shout out to Cherokee Parks. Okay, chat. So your options at this stage, given the circumstances of whatever the fuck's going on with that first year of free agency. So in terms of keeping, Posey, Howard, both or neither. If you would rather have the money in free agency, vote for neither. But you at least have the option to keep those two without it counting as your big free agent target. So yeah, then for me, that's just really weird that this happens. I think it's just out of our hands, and it's just what the game does, unfortunately. Gary Payton's there for you. Yeah, thanks. He sure is. So it looks like Boozer is the only guy that I have to bring back. It was dropped from my roster. So I am going to try to bring Carlos back because I can't afford Boozer. I will be forcing a trade to get Carlos Boozer back. Because that's some bullshit. That's some bullshit is what that is. You guys have elected to drop both of your players that you could have held. So I can't do anything in free agency right now because I don't even have money for Carlos Boozer. I mean, granted, Juwan Howard's asking for a hell of a lot less, but I would personally prefer to keep my young power forward with B+ potential. So for you guys, you can't afford Tim Duncan. You cannot afford Elton Brand. You can't afford Steve Francis. You could afford to bring back Juwan Howard. Yeah, I think we're... Isn't there an expansion team this year? Maybe? We change our mind on Howard and Posey. Yes. If they're both affordable. Which they are. So honestly, for the hell of it, just offer James Posey a deal. You don't have to commit to it. But just for shits and giggles, send a deal to both of the guys that you lost. And just see what's up. I can't do shit about Boozer. Alright, so I do have Boozer on a cap hold at least. Bimbo Coles was a trade exception. I'm going to renounce rights on him. Bullard. I want to keep Harrington. Jackson can go. Keep Smush Parker. I can renounce rights on Tyrone Hill. I'm not too worried about him. But yeah, cap hold on Boozer. For you guys, I mean, Marcus Camby is listed as a trade exception. So honestly, ooh, he fucking ruptured his Achilles too. So you could renounce the rights or just have Camby as the trade exception. Leonard wasn't that good. Warren wasn't that good. Jordan, Dick Daniels, Doug Roberts. You should keep Satterley. So if you decline the Howard and Posey deals, which weren't there before, you are in a much better space cap-wise. I think it must be... The trade exception's definitely a factor. So you could elect to just let go of Marcus Camby. So if you want, you can let go of Posey, Howard, Camby, and just see what happens. What do you think? Yeah, I'm good with letting go of Hill, Jackson, Bullard, and Bimbo. I'm going to throw this probably to another poll. Keep. Posey. Howard. Both. Neither. Another one of those bad boys. Let's see what you guys think as we sort this out. Landon couldn't be settled before free agency. Yeah, I don't know what's up with that, but clearly it's happened twice, so it's just how it happens. That's a bit of a shame. But there's nothing we can do about it now. You still ended up with LeBron. I ended up in a weird spot, but it is what it is. It is what it is. It's pretty close between keeping Posey and keeping neither. So Juwan Howard is definitely gone. As you see there, what Posey's cap ends up being. See if that helps. That helps make it easier, just knowing how much that cap switches if you were to keep him. Of course, it is currently a tie, because why would it not be? Posey has good value. So I would debate keeping Posey for sure, but if there's a big name to get out there in free agency, it's like, why not, right? This is just a very weird start. A very weird start to how this all played out. We got a couple more seconds here. I mean, Camby technically is a trade exception, but he's down by 5 overall points. That might not come back after such a major injury. So you guys definitely cashed in on getting rid of Marcus Camby. It looks like it's going to be neither, though. Posey not getting that much love, so it will leave the option open with a good amount of cap space, because you'll only have Satterfield. You'll only have Satterfield, and indeed, it'll end up on neither. So we advance. Some of the bigger names are gone. It's still showing you guys as having a shitload of cap space, at least being in the overage. So there is something going on with this era. Is it that trash players are getting paid a ton? Yes, it is. It's that trash players are getting paid a shitload. Remember when we saw that one guy and we're like, why is he getting paid that much? That wasn't an exception to the rule. That was the rule. I mean, Brian Grant's apparently getting paid a fuckload. It didn't look like he was getting paid that much, but... I mean, yeah, the Celtics got this dude on a $14 million contract. It's affecting everybody. It's affecting everybody having these sub-70 rated guys on big contracts. So it is what it is. So the Raptors did nothing wrong. Correct. Correct. It kind of defies all logic as to why they set it up this way. But yeah, we won't be able to do anything in free agency. Interesting. Well, let's hope I keep Carlos Boozer. Let's hope that you keep Satterfield. I'd love to know their reasoning behind that decision. Like, if it is to, like, replicate the cap space, that's fine. But without... Yeah, you do have money now, don't you? I simmed a little bit too far, though. I mean, Gilbert Arenas is a UFA, though, man. I'm still not able to sign Boozer. Yeah, you guys you can't even really go after anybody except Juwan Howard. I think we just push forward. So yeah, unfortunately, because of the way they set this up, which really is a bummer because the 80s and 90s aren't like this at all. But the way they set this up, free agency's fucked. Free agency's fucked for season 1. That is very, very unfortunate. Because it changes a lot about the league in one shot. You know? It does change the league a lot. My question, where the hell is Carlos Boozer? Duncan stayed with the Spurs, though. Hopefully that's not, hopefully that's not just like a rarity. I am getting Carlos Boozer back because I would have done everything to keep him. So we are making that fair. I can check to see where your boys went, or you guys can just enjoy the cap space. I can't reacquire Boozer until January, but I will be getting him back. So, in terms of where people went then, if we look at the top-rated dudes, Jason Kidd did go to Miami, which hurts a lot in terms of your guys' setup. Jermaine O'Neal is now a Spur, playing next to Tim Duncan. Yeah, Gilbert Arenas is with Seattle. Rip Hamilton leaves Detroit and goes to the Clippers. So yeah, definitely some... Does he always go to the Spurs in this era? Damn. So yeah, things changed a little bit. It's weird. The other eras are fine, but you get to this era, and then all of a sudden, things just get a little bit funky.